Yo, what's going on, guys? Michael Jordan, the Copy Dog here, back with another Overwatch League video. I wasn't initially planning on putting this up. Basically, I made this portion for an esports channel that I was, long story, but I made a bit for them and they didn't use it. And it's good content, you know, like no, my content it's never going to be good, but it's actually like pretty informative of week 2 of Overwatch League. And I don't want to feel like I wasted 4 hours of my time just for it to not be seen. So here's going to be that video, and let's just hop right into it. Okay, so apparently I didn't do Thursday for them. I completely forgot. I just did Friday through Sunday. So here's going to be Thursdays because people might want to see it. Sorry for that fan that was on earlier. So the first game, we had Paris Eternal versus Florida Mayhem. Florida continue to suck while Paris are looking good and bad at the same time. It's hard to say. I think that they're going to be a mid of the pack team. So that was a good game. Next one, New York completely rolled Washington Justice. Not surprised. New York is a top 3 team. Next, we had Vancouver versus Seoul Dynasty. Seoul Dynasty continuing to not play Filetta when he's arguably a top DPS. So I don't know what they're thinking. But, you know, Vancouver are, again, the best team right now. I don't think anyone... As soon as they get beaten, I feel like teams will start to beat them. But until they get beaten, they are the best, and it's undoubtable. And then the fourth game, we had the Philadelphia Fusion going up against the Toronto Defiant. Toronto, I don't know what I think about them. I want to think that they're a good team, but I genuinely don't think that. If they integrate I'm37 right, because he has the raw skill, but he doesn't have that Overwatch League mindset yet, I think this team can get better. But until they do that, I feel like Stellar was a big part of their success. Also, as I talk about later in the video, they're starting to run I'm37 on Zarya, which is what he was playing before he joined Toronto Defiant. So I really feel like Ivy, as flexible as he is, being able to play the Brigida and I'm37 on Zarya, I feel like it'll really benefit them in the long run. But anyways, here's on to Friday. To kick off Friday, we had the Atlanta Reign going up against the LA Valiant. Now, before this match started, I did tweet out saying that the LA Valiant would win. My reasons for this, because Atlanta looked absolutely horrible, and I know that the potential of the players on the LA Valiant, they have a pretty high ceiling. I mean, they won Stage 4 last season and got second in the overall season. So I knew that this team was good, but they just weren't gelling yet. I feel like this team finally started to gel for that reasons, and also Atlanta looking shaking because, you know, where is Daco? I knew LA Valiant were going to take this one, and they did. They took the first map, Atlanta then took the next 2, and even up being up 2-1, I knew that they were still going to win the LA Valiant, and they did. They had Karif come in for that 4th map and played a triple DPS comp, and then when they wanted to play GOATs, guess what? Karif's a pretty good Zenyatta, so they put him on that, and they were able to win the overall series. Then for the next match, we had the Boston Uprising going up against the Hangzhou Spark. This was Crystal, the star DPS from China. This was his debut, and he looks really good. Hangzhou took the first map, and then for some odd reason, wait, did Boston win a map too? Huh? Boston in winning map 2s? Never seen it before, because, you know, they haven't for like the past 4 series. Odd. So here's me thinking, oh, that means that Boston's just going to win the next 2 pretty dominantly because they're pretty good at game 3s and 4s. It didn't go like that. Boston did take that 3rd map. Hangzhou came back and took that 4th one. And with the momentum on Hangzhou's Spark, they were able to take that game 5. But that game 5, it wasn't as close as you think. The first point, Hangzhou captured it when Boston had 99%. And they were able to make it back. And then Boston takes that second one pretty convincingly. And then with heroics from IDK, spawn camping Color Hex as a Lucio, making those big Reddit plays, they were able to make another 99-0 comeback, taking that 5th map and the overall series 3-2. The next map, we had the San Francisco Shock going up against the Guangzhou Charge. Happy, their DPS player, was not able to play because he wasn't feeling good. He was able to play in their next series, but for this one he was feeling sick, so he wasn't playing. I understand that completely. So San Francisco, regardless, took this 4-0, and honestly, with Happy, I don't think it would have made that much of a difference, seeing that San Francisco is a top 2 GOATS team. And then for the final match, we had the Chengdu Hunters going up against the Shanghai Dragons. And I love these two teams. I love watching Chengdu play, and I love watching Shanghai play because they come out with these DPS comps, and I love watching DPS. Shanghai, they took the first one, and then for the second map, we had the introduction of Hangzhou. He is a Chinese player. He hasn't been playing Overwatch though for the past year because he was underage to join the Overwatch League in Season 1. And like most Chinese and Koreans, they just go to another game because they're that skilled, and then they come back and dominate. And that's what Hangzhou did in the second map. He absolutely clapped him. But then again, Chengdu is probably a top 3 Paris team. They come out with these wonky comps. Like you like literally they could play GOATs. They could play like 6 DPS and they'd still be good because it's Chengdu. So Chengdu took that second map, and then Shanghai were able to make it back and claim that third and fourth map. But this was a fun series to watch. If I were to recommend a series to go back and watch, it would be this one because this one was definitely one to watch. To kick off Saturday, we had an iconic matchup with the London Spitfire going against the Philadelphia Fusion. The last time they played, the Fusion took to the better of them, but this time, London took it. For me, I personally think this is because of the meta right now. It is still GOATs, yes, but it is more of a Winston GOATs. And Jester is not the best Reinhardt, but he is probably the best Winston in the league. And because of this, and Bird Ring looking good on Brigitte, not playing Zarya, thank goodness, right? Because he's a bad Zarya. But with that, London were able to take this one 2-1. The next match, we had the Vancouver Titans going against the Houston Outlaws. This was Arhan's debut. Everyone was wondering where he went, and he's here now. Houston were able to take that first map pretty convincingly, and I genuinely believe if they didn't switch to Vancouver style, which is GOATs, and they tried their own DPS style, they honestly had a good shot of taking this match. And I'm confused why they switched to GOATs, and apparently a lot of the community is as well. But regardless of that, Vancouver continue their undefeated streak and take this one. So for the next match, we had the Dallas Field going up against the Toronto Defiant. And with this, we had the debut of Note on the Dallas Field. Just to sum up the trade real quick as to why Note is on Dallas and RCK is on Boston, they made a trade. This honestly, I think benefited both parties. Boston got a super flexible flex tank while Dallas got a better flex tank. And while Note probably can't flex to that Sombra, they have AKM to do that, and Note can play other heroes such as Tracer and Hangzhou, which he looked pretty good on when they went against Toronto. Something to note, Toronto were playing IM37 on that Zarya instead of Ivy. I think that in the long run, this will be a good thing, seeing that IM37 was playing Zarya on second win before he joined the Overwatch League, and I think in the long run, this will help Toronto Defiant, but as for right now, this team is in shambles. And then for the final match, we had the Los Angeles Gladiators going up against the Guangzhou Charge. Happy was not sick for this one, but again, he definitely wasn't happy with the result as the LA Gladiators took this one in a dominant 4-0 fashion. And then to kick off Sunday, we had the Dallas Field going up against the Paris Eternal. Now, there is a little bit of history with these two teams. Two of the players on the Dallas Field, Unco and AKM, and 2 of the players on Paris Eternal, Nico and Soon, they all played on Rogue. And Rogue, back then, before Overwatch League, was probably the best European team, if not one of the best teams in the world. So this match was exciting, the battle of the Frenches, which teammates will prevail against each other. Especially the battle of Soon versus AKM, because they were always competing on who would play in their role, because they both theoretically play the same role with that hit scan Zarya. So to kick it off, we had the Dallas Field. They took the first map, and then for Paris, ironically, Paris couldn't take their own map, and then Dallas took that third map with Paris taking the last one. Even though Dallas won, Soon looked phenomenal in this series, and I definitely feel like he outclassed AKM. A lot of French people's names to remember. But regardless of that, Dallas looked very impressive and take this series. And then the next one, we had the Atlanta Reign versus the Washington Justice. And the question continues, where is Deco? It's a mystery. I mean, we should try to solve this. Where is he? I don't know. A top 5 diva and you're not playing him? Like 200 IQ moves coming out of the Atlanta rain. But regardless of not having Daco, they were able to take this series. It wasn't the prettiest of series, but they took it. But the one thing I do want to note is that when Corey plays DPS, he's a really good DPS. And I feel like this Washington Justice roster can become even better. And I feel like they could contend with the upper teams if the meta shifts in their favor. But regardless of that, Atlanta took this series 3-1. And then we had New York going up against Florida Mayhem. Not much to say. Florida Mayhem suck. New York don't suck. They took it 4-0. For the final match, we had the Los Angeles Valiant going against the Los Angeles Gladiators. And you know it, the LA Gladiators took it. That's right. The Gladiators won the battle for LA this time. Even though the Valiant has their number, winning 4-1. That's like the series, the head-to-head. 4-1 in the Battle of LA. LA Gladiators won this one because they are the best LA team. I said it first. LA Gladiators are better than LA Valiant. Who would have thought? Regardless, in this match, we got to see the debut of Reaper in that map 4. Gladiators didn't win it, but Reaper did look pretty good. And that is going to be it for all of Sunday's matches.
Man, what a fantastic produced video. Am I right, boys and girls? I don't even know if any girls watch right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy Overwatch League content, be sure to subscribe. Along with this video, there will be one out tomorrow, Thursday, and one on Friday. And they're going to be pretty good videos, especially the one Friday. I'm super excited. I've been making it for the past week. It should be a really good one. But anyways, that's it for me. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.